Hey everyone, it's Sam again. This time I'm reviewing something that's a favorite thing of mine. LED lights have always fascinated me, and I find myself purchasing all types of this lighting, from LED bulbs, LED flashlights, LED light panels, LED strips, LED smart lights, and yeah, LED headlamps. I love these things and I don't even really know why. I've never had any experience with DigiPower products, so I'm excited to get this out of the box and try it out. Let's see what we got inside. Interesting. It's smaller than I thought it would be. Packaging is pretty standard, nice but not super high-end, which is fine by me. This DigiPower 112 LED video light is called the Streamer. I guess because you can use it for YouTube streaming or something like that. Looks like it's a pretty good unit. We'll see how well it does. Oh yeah, by the way, it also says it's 112 lumens of brightness as well. Sometimes that's arbitrarily assigned, so I usually rely on what I see brightness-wise instead of the stated specification. There are people that get their units rated in ANSI lumens, which is a very strict process and it's a little bit more trustworthy. But even then, some people just make up that it was rated ANSI lumens and it's not really. Okay, as mentioned earlier, the box says it has 112 LEDs, which means 56 cool light LEDs and 56 warm light LEDs, usually installed in a checker pattern. You can set it at full warm, 3100 Kelvin is the max on this unit, or full cool temperature, which is 5500 Kelvin. On either end of the spectrum, you don't get full brightness because you're not using all the LEDs at 100%. Usually I like the warmer feel, but I tend to go for the best brightness by keeping the temperature in the mid-range, which means all 112 LEDs will be at their full brightness. I can always change the color temperature when editing the video if necessary. Not the best approach if I want a perfectly lit subject, but if I need more brightness, that's the way to do it. On pro cameras, you can also manually adjust the temperature and lock it in, so that's another way to keep the full brightness, but still get the desired temperature. Moving on. Amazon shows an average of 4 stars, but there are only 17 reviews. And Best Buy, where I received the unit from, has 88 reviews averaging 4.5 stars. I paid around $76 for this unit, but that's way high. I had a gift certificate and had to purchase from a third-party seller through Best Buy, so that's why. You should expect to pay around $54.99 to $59.99, and judging by the solid feel and the brightness of the panel, I would say it's pretty much worth the price. It depends on how much durability matters to you, because there are plastic units that are cheaper and probably just as bright. It says there are 24 brightness levels and it includes a 1500 mAh battery. It is rechargeable but not easy to swap out the batteries. I hate the thought of throwing out this light panel because the battery's dead, so hopefully I can replace that battery when the time comes. Looks like charging it will take about 1.5 hours or so, which is a bummer because it's expected to run for about 1 hour at full brightness, and it won't be easy to stop and wait for it to charge to use it again. You can somewhat pair this with an external battery for extended run times. Sort of. I'll explain later. It includes a smartphone holder with some pretty good accessories to mount on the tripod, or even a hot shoe, cold shoe for your pro camera if you have that. It comes with a charging cable, which is a micro USB instead of a USB-C, which means that we still can't get rid of the outdated cable types. But oh well, it's not the end of the world. Instructions look adequate, but as usual, I'm not going to be using them at all unless absolutely necessary. There's a thin plastic protective cover over the LED lights. It seems like it could scratch easily or even break. I can see it bending when I put a bit of pressure on it. We'll see how well it does over time. Then there's a small digital display on the back, which I worry will waste more battery, but hopefully not. It doesn't look water resistant, but the plastic cover should help with light raindrops. Definitely don't submerge it in any liquid. It would say on the box if there was any type of waterproof rating, and it doesn't. I double checked. Maybe in a waterproof cell phone enclosure or even using some sealant, you can trust it more around water, but I'm not going to be trying that. Oh, it comes with a light diffuser, which I don't like because it reduces brightness, but that's a nice touch to include if anyone would use it. It definitely has its benefits, so I don't want to knock it. It's just not for me and how I plan to use the light. I plugged in a battery pack because I wasn't able to turn it on out of the box. My unit came with 0% charge. Tried turning it on after plugging it in, and even though it showed a boot sequence, the light would flash and then turn off again. I waited a few minutes so it can get a little bit of a charge, and then it did turn on. This tells me that it cannot both charge and power the LED lights from an external battery. But we're not dead in the water though. If there is a little bit of a charge and the battery can charge faster than it's draining from being on, you can get a much longer run time. Watch out though, that wears out the battery faster, and since it's not easy to replace the batteries, that's not great in the long run. Another thing to note is the box says 1 hour, which I assume means the runtime, but on Amazon it states it can run continuously for 18 hours. Great, more marketing buffoonery. I'm guessing that this means that if you're running at 100% brightness, you get around an hour of continuous runtime. But if you run it at its lowest setting, 1%, then you can get up to 18 hours of continuous runtime. Fine, that's good to know, but why can't they just be more clear about those details? As you can see here, the light, although smaller than expected, does pack quite a punch. It's nice that it's battery operated, makes it easy to prop up in a corner or put on a clamp, tripod, camera hot shoe, or even clasp it in a cell phone holder it comes with. One way I plan to use this LED light panel is for night hiking. I have a vest-based camera holding system with a clamp on the shoulder strap. I can put this light on there for hands-free use. I pop it off when I need to aim the light a different direction, but when I need hands-free operation, I put it right back on the shoulder strap and I'm good to go. Of course, I have a backup light with my headlamp. The spread of the light is decent, maybe 90 degrees. If I'm recording with a wide-angle lens, you will see brightness fading on the edges. But as you can see here, I can illuminate a good portion of the canopy with the light and it's well exposed. Even though it's made of aluminum and feels solid, it's light enough that when mounted above the phone, it doesn't hinder handling at all. I'm able to look for wildlife pretty well and still have a freehand to tap focus on the Galaxy S22 and start and stop recording too. After 100% charge, I walked around for about 30 minutes. The battery meter showed a 20% charge was left. So unless I plan on reducing the brightness, I may not even get an hour of use. That's a big downside, but since I plan on rigging it with an external battery, I should be fine. I can probably get many hours of operation on my 10,000 milliamp battery. I just need longer cables so I can keep the battery in my pocket with plenty of room to move the light around. On a tripod, I just use a strip of Velcro tape and secure the battery to one of the legs, and I'm good to go. Reviewing the settings, the operation is pretty straightforward. You hold the power button for a few seconds and the light powers on. By default, when turning on the unit, you're changing the brightness of the lights in increments of 5%. Actually, I just tested it. It saves which setting you were on last and boots back to that. If you tap the power button once, you see a small arrow move from the brightness to the color temperature settings. And now you can change it from warm to cool in increments of 100K. This gives enough control to really get specific on the lighting you need. If you take note of the brightness and temperature settings, you can always recreate your lighting exactly for future shots. I like to do macro photography from time to time, and really being able to dial in the brightness and color temperature will come in handy. My final thoughts. I can't get over how small this unit is. The housing is made out of aluminum and it does feel sturdy and solid, which is great. I was pleasantly surprised how many accessories this comes with and can already tell I'll be able to use it in many different ways, which is awesome. Being able to run this longer with external battery is a bonus, but I wish it could charge and operate the LEDs at the same time. At least there is a way to get extended runtime though. The diffuser, cell mount with cold shoe mount, and even a carrying bag makes this a complete package, which I could definitely recommend purchasing at around $55 or even a little bit more. Don't pay more than that though. There are other options at a slightly higher price point that, although plastic and bulkier, do offer the same brightness. If you need something compact though, this unit is definitely at the top of my list. Because I want to use it for macro photography, hands-free hiking, and my YouTube videos, this size is perfect for me, and since I got it with a gift card, overpaying for me wasn't that bad. Okay, have a great day.